You know what I was doing? I was playing with your balls.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, or that's listeners of all ages. See, you made me mess up because you just jumped the gun. You always jump the gun, Chris.
Tell me that wasn't a good intro. Tell me that wasn't a good intro.
That was a great intro. That was a great intro. Welcome to Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we are going to be going over two movies that are out there in the viewing world for you to see. Now, one of them, well, both of them are basically from legends in wrestling. From legends of the horror genre. One including the one and only Stephen King with The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
Yeah, where's the Boogeyman? There he is. Yeah, the Boogeyman.
Wait, is that wrestling? Is that a wrestling guy, the Boogeyman?
Yeah, that's a wrestler.
Okay. So he eats worms, huh?
Yeah, and he came out and he like would break a clock over his head, and he'd be bleeding at the beginning. And the song was like, I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Like,
that's silly.
Really cool. It's silly, but it was awesome. How dare you not appreciate the awesomeness that was?
Well, who's in the Boogeyman, dude?
And the Boogeyman is the one, the only John Cena.
I don't have that loaded on here.
Oh, no, wait a minute. John Cena's not in it. In the movie, The Boogeyman, we should just start this whole thing over. I'm working on something the whole time I was talking to you. Anyway, that's why I'm so, you know how I'm absent-minded when I do stuff. All right, here we go. Boogeyman, starring Sophie Thatcher.
I think it's just Sophie.
That's what I said, Sophia.
It's Sophie, no, at the end. But Sophie Thatcher.
That's because it's bullshit.
Oh, yeah? What's your plan then?
I don't know. Play like a fucking team and win. It's worked so far.
Everything works until it doesn't. And for the record, you smell like a wino. Get your shit together.
You know what? Fuck this.
Neil, how many times have you told me to smell like your wino?
I think like at least 12 times.
Okay.
I mean, you drink a lot.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird that the way I drink is only on the podcast. Like seriously, like
that's a lie. That's a lie. I've seen you drive right into like a whole school full of kids with your drunk ass.
When you're saying this, I fast forward 3 years in the future, and we're on social media like what Neil said on the podcast 3 years ago.
Neil was going to become a political.
Gonna cancel you, bro.
It didn't happen. All right. Also in this wonderful movie is the wonderful Chris Messina.
Chris Messina.
That's what I said, Messina.
Oh man.
What?
It's a king salmon over there.
No.
Jillian studied the migration of that fish. Yeah, that fish goes from salt water to fresh water. It's an amazing fish. They do it to
Nobody
mate.
cares.
To mate.
Denny, nobody cares.
Hey guys, is everything okay?
Really good.
Would you mind switching seats with me? Because that fish is in my eye line. Just put me in a bad place emotionally right now.
That's from the Mindy Project.
100% the Mindy Project. That's my favorite. That's the only thing I know him from.
Oh yeah, me too.
that and he was Victor Zuzu in Harley the Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's like I got a mark right here, spot.
I'm surprised you didn't choose that as a clip.
Because it was too short.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Just like your PP.
Who else in this?
Also in this movie, Vivien Lyra Blair.
Why aren't you using your lightsaber? Maybe it's because you're not really a Jedi. Make me float.
What?
I want to float.
No.
You haven't even told me your name.
Ben.
It's not a Jedi name.
Well, that's my name.
You think the less you say, the less you give away. But really, it's the opposite.
How old are you?
10.
You don't sound like you're 10.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's from Obi-Wan Kenobi. That television program.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
How did that turn out for you? Did you like it, or is it not as good as you hoped it to be?
I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anytime the lovely, the beautiful. Why can't I think of his name right now? Ewan McGregor. I was thinking like Evan Grace, and I don't know why. Why anytime Ewan McGregor puts on the things that sell that like literally solves the prequels for me or saves the prequels for me is Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and any scene where Yoda's fighting.
Not Mace Windu. Mace Windu didn't do for you.
Oh, Mace Windu too. Yeah, fuck yeah, you got to put Mace Windu in there too.
Okay, who else? Damn. Who else is in the Boogeyman? I can't just do
Mr. Polka Dot Man himself, David Dastmalchian.
Hello. Oh, hi. Hi. Did you drink the ooze?
Why can I understand you?
Oh, great. That's the ooze. Hey, everybody, it worked. Ooze worked. Hi, I am Beb. You just drank me.
I did. What?
Oh, do you need some more ooze? Here, I can pour some ooze into your hole.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Wow. A big hole. How many holes do you have? I'm sorry, is that a personal question? I don't have any holes.
His name is Scott Lang. He has 7 holes. Yeah, that's right.
After that roast, I did count my holes, and yeah, 7's right. So,
how many holes do you have, Chris?
I have 7.
You have 9.
I don't know where the other 2 are, but you got my eyes.
I didn't know that was him until I went looking for clips last night. I mean, I've watched that movie like 4 times since it's been out of the theater.
Do you like Quantumania? I don't like Quantumania much.
I know you don't, but okay. I do because it has Conqueror King in it, and Conqueror King is one of my favorite bad guys of all time. Yeah. It's like when I watched Dark Knight for 4 times. You know, I like the Joker, but I just don't like their version of the Joker.
Okay.
But it's still one of my favorite characters of all time.
What's the other movie we watched this week?
The other movie we're watching this week is The Exorcist Believer, the first in the new trilogy, starring which one was I not allowed to say, even though she was all over the freaking credit.
But the movie makes it sound like it's a secret. You know?
Whatever. Anyway, Ellen Burstyn's in this.
He showed me Reagan's double. Same face, same voice, everything. And I'd know it wasn't Reagan. I'd know in my gut. I'm telling you that thing upstairs isn't my daughter. Now, I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!
Yeah, that's from the first Exorcist, not from 50 years ago now.
The first Exorcist ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Mm-hmm. Not the show. Not the... I mean, like, how many different things came out that said The Exorcist on them?
Oh, the sequels. There are 2 sequels.
Let's see. There was The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one.
Yep, and then there's The Exorcist 2.
The Heretic, yeah.
The Exorcist 3.
By the way, The Exorcist 3 is actually, they ignore all they didn't have in Exorcist 2.
And then Exorcist 4.
I don't even remember that one.
Exorcist 5.
Prequel.
Yeah, and then there's a series that I couldn't find a poster for, and then of course Exorcist 6, Believer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really weird, you know?
We'll
talk about that in a little bit.
We will.
Also in this wonderful movie, Jennifer Nettles.
Mama told me not to, I did anyway, misbehaving.
Daddy said don't, but I said I'm gonna misbehaving.
Eyes on the windowsill, swimming in the creek.
Catching crawdads and playing with a stick.
I
I got caught shaving. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving.
Oh shit! So gone. Sorry, but yeah. Okay,
We're just playing on a loop. You're freaking. You're going into it, man.
Yeah.
You liked it.
So that's from
you
the Righteous
Little Billy.
That's from the Righteous Gemstones.
The greatest show. It is the amazing.
It's
Righteous.
It's a dark comedy, really.
Mm-hmm.
And who else is in the Exorcist Believer?
And also in The Exorcist is Leslie Odom Jr.
Oh, well, I just really try and observe what's going on around me.
What do you mean?
Well, if you try and see what's going on and figure out how people are thinking and really just determine the times of your day, well, I think you can always write something people will understand.
Would you mind singing one more song for us? Would you like that, folks?
What do you say, Sam? Got anything the people will understand?
I do have something that I've been working on, something new. I haven't really shared with anyone yet. Anyone except for some friends of mine.
It's from One Night in Miami. You played Sam Cooke. He's going to go there.
Yes,
he
he
change
did.
coming
The
on.
badass Sam Cooke.
Oh, man.
Also known as Badass Sam Cooke.
Yeah. But man, Leslie Odom Jr. can sing his ass off, too. It's crazy.
Dude. There's also other people in this, like Olivia O'Neill and Lyda Jouett, but I could not find
Lydia Jouett.
anything that was more than 5 seconds for any of them.
Norbert Leabuse.
Where they're just like,
yeah,
okay, yeah, just like that. That's the only thing I could find for them. But we will be talking the new Exorcist Believer. We'll be talking that in a little bit. Chris, tell everybody where they can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. That's W2, movies, or M is in moviesnet.com. You'll find the podcast there, along with a bunch of other great ones. We're also on Bonfire Concert Movies Suck. You can find, look at my shirt, look at no shirt. You want shirts like that at bonfire.com.
Yeah.
Make sure you search Movies Don't Suck and something to do. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/Movies Don't Suck. We're on Instagram, MTS Podcast. We're on X, MTS Podcast. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Movies Don't Suck Podcast. Sorry, facebook.com/Movies Don't Suck Podcast. We're also, if you're watching YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching, just subscribe wherever. We're everywhere. We're podcasts. We're finding this everywhere. Find podcasts. I think I'm done with that. Neil, who we talking today?
Today, of course, we are talking another haunted house because I am giving nothing but props to haunted houses this October. And this one is going to be given to Oklahoma's The Asylum.
Ooh.
Dare you. Now, let me tell you about The Asylum. The Asylum, There Will Be Blood. It is an interactive horror place. The Asylum is an isolated experience in a 1940s era sanitarium where you and your friends are admitted right as the other patients break free and take over. Navigate your way through twisted rituals and try to avoid getting caught by the one thing that fears whatever they locked up downstairs. Now, the Oklahoma Asylum is an interactive horror experience. What does that mean? Do not wear your best clothing or best shoes. Come with an open mind and be ready for them to push the limits. Groups will be touched. Expect blood all over you. And if you want the ultimate experience, you can do like I did last year and buy the Blood Soaker white t-shirt. Now, I couldn't find it. I was going to wear it today so you could see it. But if you wear this, they know they are allowed to touch you. They will soak you in blood. I mean, look at these pictures of people that went through. Like, seriously, you are going to get covered and soaked in blood and poo and all kinds above. It is literally an Out on Blood Soaker special edition. The t-shirt, so the patients and doctors know you mean serious business. They'll single you out. They will separate you from your group. They will, too. There's
scary.
different tunnels they'll send you down and
I'll be
stuff
terrified.
like that. Oh, dude. more blood, more interaction, unforgettable experience at the asylum. Now, seriously, guys, if you're anywhere near, now this is more towards the north of Oklahoma. So if you're at that Kansas-Oklahoma border and you want to drive down and give it like a real crazy experience, I mean, 100%. It is insane. Here's one room that you'd like. Oh, look at that room. Isn't that adorable? All the people
Yeah,
just
it's so
crazy.
cute.
Yeah.
It's just there.
It's so cute and creepy, and then there's like, that's another one. There's another
That's
room with them
spooky.
just doing a little seance. Here, I think this one's another. Yeah, there's a dude just staring at you. Yep. Yeah, it's all good, creepy fun. Now, the asylum, you can get them at www.oklahomaasylum.com. Again, that is www.oklahomaasylum.com, or you can go on Facebook, where it's facebook.com/OK Asylum.
I think you mean /.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Backward // I'm sure they know what I mean. Gosh, you're picking on me way too much today. I'm gonna rip into you in a little bit.
Oh, come on.
Just for fun, dude.
Just
You're
for
gonna
fun.
come after me, bro.
Did
Come
not-
after me. You better come after me. You better have a machine gun, mofo.
I think you're several 100 miles away.
Whatever. You know what's really cool though, Chris?
What's that?
Being front row at SmackDown. Oh, look at this picture. Look at some of these great pictures I got. Yeah, that's a good one. And John Cena. Literally, just think, he's like the distance of this right now, just times 2. That's how close John Cena was.
Yeah.
You know, just right there within arm's reach of me. Oh, look at this. This is a great picture of LA Knight. Yeah. There's a good picture of Adam Pearce shaking my buddy Tommy's hand.
Yeah.
Here's another good picture of Triple H. I thought that was a good one. Isn't that a good one? I thought I got a good one there.
It's a good picture.
Yeah. This is Dragon Lee saying hi to my buddy Tommy. There is the one Roman Reigns, the WWE Universal Champion, and everybody that's watching this and everybody at home, just want you to know, last week was Tommy's birthday. You can send him money to Tommy Stapleton on Cash App. It's Tommy Stapleton on Cash App. He literally wore that shirt. It was so funny because he wore that shirt, and I love the guy, and believe me, anything I'm about to say, he would totally laugh with it and stuff like that. I was like, hey, dude, I know you're wearing the shirt and you're hoping that people would send you money that they saw you online and stuff like, or on television and stuff like that. I go, but you're too short and you're only coming up to here. So it's covering your whole shirt. You got to step back every now and then so people can see what's on your shirt. Cause we had to put his wheelchair. Like, we totally use the wheelchair card on so many things. I was like, dude, I'm going to use and abuse this. Is that okay, Tommy? And he's like, yeah, 100%. If it gets us to our seats on time, yeah, do it. We got a free parking spot downtown. Literally, I pulled up to a cop. I got a guy in a wheelchair, bro. I got to get to wrestling front row. We're front row, and I'm trying to get him there. It's like, it was so much cool. It was so cool. We had a great time.
I'm glad to hear it.
That's all that mattered. Huh?
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, look at this. This is the best picture anybody took. Look at that.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's awesome. Anyway, let's talk some horror movies, because Chris likes to talk about horrors.
Boogeyman, directed by Rob Savage. Rob Savage directed such things as Donna the Death Host. Remember Host? From a couple years ago. This stars, this is also written by Scott Beck, Bryan Woods, and Mark Heyman. This stars Sophie Thatcher as Sadie Harper.
That's because it's bullshit. Oh,
Also, Chris Messina as Will Harper.
Oh, man.
What?
It's a king salmon over there.
Vivien Lyra Blair as Sawyer Harper.
Why aren't you using your lightsaber?
David Dastmalchian as Lester Billings.
Hello. Oh, hi. Hi. Did you drink the ooze?
Also, Maureen Ireland is Rita Billings. Madison, who is Bethany. Maddie Nichols is Natalie. Leanne Ross is Cassidy. Lisa Gay Hamilton is Dr. Weller. And Han Soto is Mild-Mannered Man. Why don't you go ahead and read the storyline for Boogeyman?
Still reeling from the tragic death of their mother, a teenage girl and her younger sister find themselves plagued by a sadistic presence in their house and struggle to get their grieving father to pay attention before it's too late.
Good job on that one. You said everything correctly. So, this is a movie based on a Stephen King book, The Boogeyman, which is, I think, his books have been probably the most books have been adapted.
It's based on what?
A Stephen King novel called The Boogeyman.
I'm from The Boogeyman. Okay, it's a GIF, and Chris hates it because then he has to cut it out. Anyway.
Stephen King novel. And I think Stephen King is the most adapted author of all time, right? Like I think like so many of his books become movies, TV shows. It's ridiculous. And for some reason, filmmakers, they like to make it campy, right? So every
right.
So like you can sort of see like a movie that's based on a Stephen King novel, but how campy people make it. Like how some of the acting can be and how some of the writing can be. Yeah, personally, I think Stephen King's a better writer than the screenwriters for this stuff, but it's also based on a short story, not the novel. So Boogeyman's just a short story. Neil, excuse me, what are your thoughts on this movie?
I really liked it. I thought it was fun. It was kind of a callback to especially because obviously I just read the part, so let me just clarify it. It's two little kids that are like, hey, there's a monster chasing us, and all the adults are like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're lying. You're full of shit. And it's like, this is like one of those movies that was just like really good. The Boogeyman was just so great.
The background's different. It's not that one.
What?
It's not.
It's the Boogeyman.
Man, I guess okay. I don't know what to do. I'm glad that
my favorite. It was one of my favorite pro wrestlers for a long time. But anyway, so it was really good because I really like, you know, how the girls were like, oh, we got to go do this on our own, and they start doing like the, you know, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th or Michael Myers, even, you know, like where it's like, oh, it's the teenagers versus the boogeyman or the bad guy or whatever like that. But I thought this was done really well. I can't believe we missed this back in June. Did it get buried?
Yeah, it got buried in the other stuff. I don't remember what came back in June, but I do know that this is something that we missed it, and we went back to it for Halloween season, guys. So
no, we tried to see it, but by the time we went to see it, I remember there was like a lot of big movies came out around that time.
Yeah.
Right when we came out, and right about the time we went to go see it, which would have been like 3 weeks later, it was already pulled from the theaters.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I think one of us went out of town, maybe. I don't remember.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I was in Chicago
when
the whole storm came, and I broke my arm, and I was on drugs.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So I couldn't go to the theater anymore.
Yeah, I remember that because Neil broke his arm around that time, and so we missed Boogeyman, and we had to do other stuff that came out besides
streaming.
Yeah, streaming. So, Boogeyman though is now on streaming. You guys can rent it on Amazon. Or wait, no, I saw it somewhere else.
It's on Hulu, bro.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I watched it on Hulu.
What are you doing?
It was on Hulu.
Jeff Bezos does not need more money, bro.
Jeffrey Bezos. But yeah. So it's on Hulu. So me and Neil jumped on this to talk about it during Halloween season because it's a horror film.
Yeah, I mean, of course they got like some of the main characters wrong, names wrong, and stuff like that, like they do with every Stephen King.
They just change it up.
I mean,
and I always what I'd like is them to have a website where they go the movie and did Stephen King like it, you know, like next to it, you know, like but it's also strange because Stephen King didn't like The Shining, you know,
right?
But
he hated it.
Yeah, which is crazy because I love The Shining. I'm sure you do too.
But do you remember what Stephen King looked like back then?
I mean, he looks the same as he always has. Big nerdy dude. Oh, okay. So you're saying...
Yeah. Look at Stephen King in the 70s.
Man, he really cut that unibrow there, didn't he?
Yeah, the unibrow was there. He went for it. Gosh, he was creepy. But he's on a lot of
He
cocaine.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't even remember writing Cujo at all. He just wrote.
Yeah, he doesn't remember writing that at all. That's awesome.
So this is, to me, like, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's not bad. I watched it. I mean, it's. What's your favorite Stephen King adaptation? Like, if you had to pick one.
If I was going to pick the best Stephen King,
Your favorite Stephen King adaptation?
Green Mile.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that 100%. Shawshank Redemption too.
Shawshank Redemption. Oh, Shawshank. Oh, Shawshank.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? No, I know it's better than both of those. Never mind.
What's
The
that?
Running Man.
Hmm.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Running Man.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Wait a minute. That's not Stephen King though. That's Richard D. Bachman. So I mean, I guess that's that's a Richard Bachman book. It's not a Stephen King book. But what's another good one? I used to love the Langoliers.
It's okay, man.
Because it had cousin Balky from Perfect Strangers in it.
Dude, you're
And
forgetting.
anytime I see Cousin
You're
Balky, I
forgetting
can
the
just-
best. You're forgetting the best one of all time. Stand by Me.
Oh, Stand By Me. Nah, but it had that shitty actor Will Wheaton in it.
You don't like Will Wheaton?
Will Wheaton, I mean, ever since he was Wesley Crusher, he kind of ruined everything for
Oh,
me.
I mean, Stand by Me to me is one of those perfect movies that every kid.
That's why I paid $100 to meet him, just to tell him how much he sucked.
Was he nice to you?
Yes, he was. Him and his wife both were nice. like they were really cool people. I'm just kidding. I liked them both. And the funniest part about it was the fact that I was wearing a Star Wars shirt in the picture.
Oh yeah, he's a Star Trek guy.
Yeah, he's a Star Trek guy, and I was like, "This is by accident, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here."
But there's not. Is there a rivalry between Star Trek and Trekkies and Star Wars fans? Like, you can like both. There's people out there that like both. You like both. You know, like.
I like both because they're completely
different. Yeah.
Yeah, they're completely different. Oh, did you know this movie had to be moved? Wait a minute. Nope, wrong movie. Sorry. I was looking at. I was looking at the facts, and I was like, "Where do my facts stop?" But yeah, I like this movie. This was probably one of the better horror movies so far we've watched of this season. Like literally, it was fun. It made me think thoughts. It made me go, "Oh my God, who's gonna die next?" Like I literally thought nobody was safe to me in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it got to the end, and I was like, "Wow, I can't believe those people were the ones that survived."
I really liked Sophie Thatcher in this. She was great. I liked Chris Messina. I like David Dastmalchian.
I love that Dave keeps on popping up in things.
Yeah, he's such a creepy looking dude. Like what they do.
He just keeps popping up in so many things.
You know, he's now the spokesperson for a casket company. Did you know that now?
What?
Yeah, he's a spokesman for a company that makes coffins.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's like in their ads and shit. It's fucking weird. You got this creepy dude. You know, like I don't want to say he's kind of creepy, right?
You're kind of creepy, so I can understand why you'd know if he's kind of creepy.
He's the name brand ambassador for Titan Casket. So good for David. But yeah,
I don't know what's going on anymore. All right, let's move on.
But it's fine. It's to me it felt like a lot like the whole beats and dialogue made it feel like a Stephen King movie, which
yeah, and the thing is, it was very is on task. You know what I'm saying? It was only like an hour and a half.
It wasn't very long. No, it was.
And that's cool. You don't need 5-hour long movies anyway. If you're gonna have a movie that's over 3 hours, it should be a mini series.
Is that where
2 movies?
Is that where you're upset about me seeing Killers of the King? No, Killers of the Fire Moon. Watching that. I'm watching it Saturday. But it's 3.5 hours.
I don't know when I'm ever gonna have time. You know, I'm working Oktoberfest this whole weekend.
I know.
My schedule until November is until mid-November.
I'm seeing it regardless of when we're talking about it, but I'm seeing it regardless of when we're talking about it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see it again then.
No, I'll be fine.
Your memory's not that good, dude. You can't even remember what happened yesterday.
I went and saw Holy Fawn with Low
Holy
Heaven.
what?
I went and saw Holy Fawn, the band. Holy Fawn, they're amazing.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but because I didn't play Canes or anything like that. They played Record Bar, and they were fucking amazing. It blew my mind. It really did.
I mean, it's Record Bar.
It's fine, dude. The coolest.
Yeah.
Here's the coolest thing at Record Bar though is that their bathrooms are super nice. Like I'm used.
I know.
I'm used to punk clubs with the bathrooms just like a shithole.
I miss the Riot Room.
Oh yeah, they had the
Riot
shittiest bathroom, dude. And but
I know, but that's awesome because it's the shittiest place. I loved it.
There was this place in Dallas called the Red Blood Club they used to go to, and the bathroom was just like it was a stall and a urinal, and it smelled like piss and shit mixed together all the time. And it, shit.
Nice. I'm glad you know exactly what shit and piss mixed together smells like.
We all do. I mean, who goes and who pisses and doesn't shit? Who doesn't shit and piss at the same time?
Who pisses and doesn't shit? Who doesn't piss? Who pisses and doesn't shit? I mean, seriously.
Who doesn't? If you're gonna take a shit, why don't you piss at the same time? Like, why would you?
Yes, you tell him, Chris. All right, I'm gonna read quotes so we can move on from this. All right, quotes from Boogeyman.
Go ahead.
It's just me, your daddy. Where there is fear, there is your task. If I don't tell somebody, I don't know what I'm going to do. From natural causes, there is nothing natural about it. He sucked the life straight out of them. It's the thing that comes from it's the thing that comes for your kids when you're not paying attention. Congratulations, you're $5 richer. That reminds me of Logan. I'll have to tell you that story. She is going to walk through that door with Carmen tea that smells like shit. When there are spooky things you don't understand, your mind likes to fill in the blanks. I told them it was the best of their imagination getting to them. It follows you wherever you go until you're all dead. They call it the Boogeyman. They said it in the
it's in the thing, and now we know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, they said it. All right. Anyway. Definitely popping your cherry right now. Ooh, yeah. I'm not like your friend or anything. It's not like I haven't seen you pee 100 times. I found a way to get rid of this. We can end this tonight. Where are you going to deal with the problems? Someone has to. We are not going to lose them tonight. And I never thought I would have to do any of this without your mom. Aww. So every time we go to a wrestling event, Logan goes, The Rock's going to return tonight. Bet you $20. And I bet him every time.
Yeah.
And the one time he didn't bet it was when The Rock came back.
Yeah. I bet you're excited.
It was hilarious. Anyway.
So yeah, Boogeyman. Which my score in this is 3.6 is fine. It's time of
Yeah,
show.
I'm right there. Actually, I'm gonna give it a little higher. I kind of liked it just because the fact that it gave me just a new to be able to tell a new story and not make me bored of it. Of like having that same story. I gotta give it a 3.8 at least. I gotta give it 3.8.
Okay.
I gotta it's just the fact that they did go same recipe as many horror movies before, but it was just like, oh yeah, I'm in for this. And the Boogeyman was actually quite creepy looking.
Yeah, the creature, it was a creepy looking creature.
He was creepy, just like that person that lives next door to you.
Which one?
The creepy one.
Okay. I think I'm sure about.
The one that does the garage sale every 2 weeks
with the people dead stuff in there. Yeah. The Boogeyman though. I'm gonna run to it.com. What is the audience score for the Boogeyman?
The audience score has to be. They're going to give it a 63.
Really cool. 66. Audience says, if you don't mind spending a lot of time waiting for things to happen, The Boogeyman is worth watching for some solid jump scares. That's those. But
you're a good solid jump scare.
Yeah. What's the audience score? Sorry, what's the critic score for The Boogeyman?
It has to be 58.
60%.
Oh, why is I off 2% both times?
Critics' consensus is The Boogeyman might fall short of its terrifying source material, but a spooky atmosphere and some solid performances help keep the chills coming. Yeah, I like Sophie Thatcher in this. I like Chris Messina in this. It's a good little horror film. I mean, it's what it is.
That's a pretty good film. It made me happy.
All right, I'm gonna read a bad review and a good review of this. I'll read a really bad review and then a really good one. This is from Rex Reed of The Observer. He says, a pointless, misguided, and totally incomprehensible waste of time is yet another horror film that exists for the sole purpose of exploiting the endless dexterous doodlings of writer Stephen King. It's a 0 out of 4. But this is this next one is from Sarah Michelle Fetters at MovieFreak.com. She says, there's good, oftentimes scary stuff holding this film's darkness, all which helps make the summertime horror offering more treat than trick. She liked it. And, that's fine. I like the actors in this and, like the rest of the Boogeyman, I think, more in this movie. But he liked it too.
I like this movie. I like this movie. It's just all the pictures for some reason. Like, look, I try every week to come up with good backgrounds. But I tried all of these while we were talking. See this one? This one is actually of the Boogeyman, but you can't see it because of us. All right, here's the next one.
Okay. So you just wanted...
Can't see it again.
You wanted the picture of the guy.
Because of us.
You wanted the rest of it has nothing to do with the movie. I got you.
and then here's this one. You can kind of see the eyes above us. Mm-hmm. And literally, I put 5 of these things on here. That's the coolest one.
Okay, all right.
That's the coolest one.
All right, Boogeyman.
I can't help it, man.
You guys watch on Hulu. If you missed it, during theatrical
watch The Boogeyman. Go have fun with it. It's literally one of those movies. It's an hour and a half. It's literally a good little fright fest. Has jump scares. Has some good has some good acting.
Watch it with the lights off.
I'm pretty sure all the actors.
Right?
Huh?
Watch it with the lights off.
Yeah, watch it with the lights off. Take some acid and watch it.
Oh yeah, if you want to have a very bad time, go ahead and take some acid so you can look around and the walls breathing at you. All right, Neil, you pulling up news? Or you got news? Are you ready for news? I'm ready for news.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm done. I'm ready and going. This is The Movies Don't Suck and Something News. I'm going to read a bunch of stuff to Chris because he's illiterate in all languages except for ancient Latin.
I do like that. That's a new thing you did. You actually have a news background.
Yeah, I found one yesterday. I was bored of I was tired of not having. Right. Anyway, so let's talk about the sad story right off the back and just get this one done and over with. Actors are still striking.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. And there is no end in sight.
Yeah, there's some movies that
SAG-AFTRA negotiations with AMPTP have fallen through, leading to the continuation of the strike for fair compensation. The companies refuse to protect performers from being replaced by AI and have rejected proposals from SAG-AFTRA. SAG-AFTRA stands united and ready to negotiate, emphasizing their resolve and urging members to join them on the picket lines and solidarity events. Good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep doing it.
Yeah. I really wish that the studios would come to their senses and get what they want, because I want their movies being pushed back that I really want to see. I know there's a movie called The Bike Riders that was coming out. I was super excited about. That's been taken off the slate for release. This was coming out for the end of the year, but now it's not because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. So I'm not blaming actors. I'm blaming the studios for not giving the actors what they are deserved. So, yeah, fuck, man.
New Mexico is not done with Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
New Mexico prosecutors plan to recharge Alec Baldwin with involuntary manslaughter after dropping previous charges due to doubts about the weapon's functionality. Prosecutors no longer believe the gun was modified and have found new evidence suggesting Baldwin's reckless actions. If convicted by this, Baldwin will face 18 months in prison.
That's not a long time. I thought it'd be longer than that, but
I mean, whose fault is it? Is it the person that hands him the fake gun for the movie, or is it his fault?
Well, apparently they're saying that he knew about it. Like that these people were not. I don't know. I have a friend who has a pretty convincing argument why Alec Baldwin should be charged, but yeah, who knows?
Star Trek is going to be releasing another movie.
So that
Star Trek's boss reveals the status of Michelle Yeoh's Section 31 film. Now, Michelle Yeoh, as you know, won the Oscar for Everything Everywhere, Everyone, Everywhere, All the Time.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
All at once. Thank you. And she has already previously signed on to Star Trek Section 31 movie, reassuring that she is committed to the project. Paramount has shifted the Section 31 project from a limited series, because it was supposed to be like a series on like how Star Wars series, like an Obi-Wan series or something like that. But now it is formatting into a full-fledged movie with Yao continuing as the headliner of the movie. The film will explore Felipe Gorgias experiences the Section 31 and dive into her character's depth, adding to the Star Trek cinematic catalog.
So no Captain Kirk and all that stuff.
I mean, out of all the captains, that's the one you care about?
No, I'm just saying like people want that third Star Trek film to have the same, the cast. That was
they're gonna stroke the nostalgia. You know it. I know it. The person over there knows it. The guy is sitting over here holding a gun to my head, so I do this podcast with you every week. Knows it.
You just broke your contract, dude. Now he's as soon as it's over. No more.
Hey, put it down. Anyway. Army of Darkness sequel comic turns movie's happy ending into an Evil Dead nightmare. Army of Darkness Forever explores the fractured nature of the movie's ending, taking place in the medieval setting, the alternate ending, and the happy theatrical ending. The comic reveals that Ash is actually Bad Ash, the evil-infused version of the character thought to be vanquished in the movie. The future of Evil Dead franchise would continue without Ash Williams, as Bruce Campbell claims he's getting too old to play the role. But there are rumors of a possible animated series and plenty to look forward in the Evil Dead universe.
So speaking of Sam Ash, or Ash and Sam, not Sam.
Raimi.
It's Ash and Bruce Campbell.
Sam Raimi.
I'm going to do that. So in
Bruce Campbell.
In Burn Notice, Bruce Campbell played a character named Sam Axe. And I've still Burn Notice, and I only watched it because my wife was a fan of Burn Notice. But I have a friend who who was a giant Evil Dead fan, met Bruce Campbell at Comic-Con, and he talked about the Evil Dead, but his dad talked about Burn Notice, and Bruce Campbell loved talking about Burn Notice with that dude's dad. So he's like, fuck, like this guy's. Anyway, that was funny. Bruce Campbell's awesome though. Love that guy.
John Carpenter's responds to the question of why Halloween's Michael Myers can never be killed. Says, well, I'll tell you. He's an all-purpose character. If you want the first movie, you got that. If you want him to be able to kill all the time, you've got that. The only other all-purpose monster in all of horror is Godzilla.
Okay. Yeah. I love John Carpenter. He's amazing. He's written he did The Thing, which is great. He did Halloween, which is great. He did all these great movies. And now he's just sitting back playing Borderlands all the time. And chain smoking, playing Borderlands. That's what he's doing.
Even though the Halloween franchise concluded with Halloween Ends, the TV rights did get purchased by Miramax, and it is guaranteed that Michael Myers will appear again.
But you and I can say that first Halloween is just perfect, right? Like, it's better than all
the first one ever. You mean Jamie Lee Curtis as a kid?
Yeah,
dude, that's a fucking great movie.
It's fantastic. Yeah. All right, man. What else you got for me? Wait on me.
Oscar Isaac.
Yes, I love Oscar Isaac. Yeah, I love that guy.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I like that guy too.
Jared Butler.
Yeah, Jared Butler. Yeah, it's fine.
Martin Scorsese.
What movie is this he's making?
Yeah, it's sold, right? Do you even need to know anything except for the title of the movie? The Hand of Dante.
Marty is 80 years old now. I hope he can finish it before he's too ill health to do it. Because I mean, he just won't stop. I thought The Irishman would be his last movie. No, he's still putting out 3.5-hour movies.
Oh, wow! All right, so the film is following the original manuscript of Dante's Divine Comedy.
Oh, the Dante's Inferno, that one, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, I'm down.
Yeah.
Exciting in the pipeline. They I'm down. I'm down for that.
That's a strange thing for Ray to do, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, dude, I'm down. I'm down with the clowns.
Yeah.
The Wager, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, officially confirmed as Martin Scorsese's next film.
God damn, that dude won't stop, will he?
Scorsese's next film after The Killer of the Flower Moon will be an adaptation of the nonfiction book The Wager, a tale of shipwreck, mutiny, and murder. The Wager focuses on a British ship crew's journey for treasure. They're stranded on a desert island, and the dramatic events that unfold upon return.
Well, man, Martin Scorsese, he did Silence just a couple years ago with what's it tall man.
Oh, here you go. Here you go, right here. Here's his quote on his age.
Yeah, okay.
Martin Scorsese says, "I don't want to slow down at my age. Your body tells you at a certain part you need to pace yourself, but I'm still searching for, as I mentioned earlier, the answer to how we take care of each other. I thought that my film should reflect that, and I have tried the best that I can." Fear Street 4 is getting started by R.L. Stine. A Fear Street trilogy is successfully mixed classic slashers and R.L. Stine's original material, attracting a large audience. We reviewed all three of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We talked about them. I feel like we did.
And the trilogy follows the story of Deanna as she unravels the curse of the ancient witch named Sarah Fry. But this will be another thing. This will be another series of films that is a different time frames, just like that other. And I'm down for it.
All right.
I like the Fear Street movies. I was like, as soon as I read that, I was like, man, I kind of want to watch that now tonight. One of the Fear Streets. Michael Caine, Michael Caine,
yeah,
has retired from acting.
Well, good for him. He did a lot.
Caine, who is 90 years old, revealed his retirement plans during the appearance on BBC's Radio 4. Despite retiring from acting, Caine plans to continue writing and mentioned the possibility of writing another book in the future. Michael Caine, you're awesome. You're the third best Alfred.
Who's the best Alfred? Okay.
Really?
It's not Jeremy Irons. You're not saying that?
No. It's definitely not Jeremy Irons.
Okay.
It's Andy Serkis. Anyway. Danny DeVito and Mariah Wilson will be planning to reunite for a live performance of Matilda.
Okay. Yeah.
They will be had planned to perform the film live with the New Jersey Orchestra, but couldn't due to the strike. However, they still plan to do it once the strike ends. Matilda, both book and film, has granted a lot of praise and is considered one of the best kids movies of all time, with over 92% on the Tomato Monitor.
Tomato Monitor.
That's what it says. The tomato meter.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the thing. Taylor Swift. Woo!
Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay. Taylor Swift ended the weekend with $128 million at the box office.
That's a lot, man. That's a fuck ton movie. It's a fuck ton money. Yeah.
Cause it doesn't matter to her, man. She just kind of shook it off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
Shake it off. Kingsman 3 is happening. Matthew Vaughn confirms. We are working on that at the moment. Filmmaker Matthew Vaughn has confirmed that Kingsman 3 is in the works with hopes to release it soon. The third installment will focus on the relationship between Eggsy and Harry and explore whether they will fall in love or hate each other forever.
Are you looking for the Argyle? That Matthew Vaughn's next movie?
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude.
Looks
Definitely.
like this shit. Looks like this shit. I'm with you.
The Kingsman, not Kingsmen, like I just said.
The Kingsman.
The Kingsman.
Yeah.
The Kingsman 2 will be about the rise of Hitler, says Matthew Vaughn.
I remember
Confirms.
we talked about that, and I remember that. I think were you sick? I think you had COVID or something when that came out.
Yeah, or was announced.
I was confused by that movie because there's a point where I'm sorry, Kingsman 2, sorry, yeah. But there's a point where in the second one where it's implied that the secret agents have anal sex with one of the girls in it. And I was like, and that encouraged him to like fight even harder. I was like, that's kind of weird, right? You remember that?
That's very weird that that's what you bring up about that movie. Anyway, the sequel titled The Traitor King has already been written as described as pretty cool by Matthew Vaughn. Let's move on from anal sex. All right, next. VHS installment announced. The new one will focus on sci-fi horror stories following the reach and premise of VHS 8.5 on Shudder and AMC Plus. The film franchise already preparing for its next outing. Upcoming 7th installment will focus on sci-fi horror and offering an infinite playground for forbidden worlds and dangerous life forms. The announcement of the sci-fi focus feature came during the New York Comic Con panel moderated by Shudder's VP of programming, Samuel Zimmerman.
Cool. Well, we'll watch that, you and I.
Matthew Vaughn also. I think he just had a really big interview weekend or something.
Yeah.
Reaffirms that yes, they are rebooting Kick-Ass.
I guess the first really good one.
Because he wants to do a world. He wants to do a world like The Boys.
You can't have the Stars and Stripes anymore.
Everybody that was in the original Kick-Ass is way old now.
Yeah, Jim Carrey doesn't also really talk shit on his character as soon as he came out.
So hopefully they hire people that all know their character. Original characters will make a comeback in the reboot. There might be a sequel that revisits familiar heroes, but Vaughn's involvement in the reboot is still unclear and is also committed to directing Kingsman for next year. So we don't know. Knives Out 3 is receiving a promising update from Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson's determined to bring back Knives Out 3 despite facing delays and is now back in full writing mode. Johnson plans to chart a fresh creative course for Knives Out 3, breaking away from the mold of the previous film. The goal for Knives Out 3 is to strike out in a completely new direction, thematically creating an exciting and vibrant experience for the viewers.
As long as Daniel Craig comes back, I really,
I'm like, don't fix it if it's not broken, but whatever.
Maybe cool. Maybe awesome.
Warner Brothers is reportedly not letting James Gunn have total creative control over the DCU like previous stages. But they don't have the James Gunn and Peter Safran are making advancements in the new DCU, but don't have complete creative freedom over the characters. Warner Brothers is focusing on rebooting the DC universe under Gunn and Safran's vision, but they are closely supervising the creative decisions. The success of Snyder's cut of Justice League showed that the creative freedom can lead to positive results, unlike previous DC films that were heavily influenced by the studio.
Like what movies were influenced by the studio?
Aquaman,
Okay.
Justice League,
Okay.
Man of Steel,
All right.
Batman versus Superman, The Flash,
Okay.
Wonder Woman 84.
Okay. Well, wasn't Batman vs Superman that a Snyder film? And Justice League was a Snyder film, but they're, I guess, have influence.
Yeah, right. I think it was Snyder.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess they're having influence with the studios. Like, we'll do our own cut. He's like, well, fuck.
Fuck it. Jason Blum. A boy.
Yeah.
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Spent $400
boy.
million in getting Exorcist in it, but yeah.
Says Spawn reboot will have Blumhouse's edginess and originality. Promises the forthcoming Spawn film will bring the Blumhouse edge to the superhero genre, offering an edgy and original take compared to other superhero movies.
Cool.
It aims to redefine audience expectations by infusing the superhero narrative with a raw, horror-centric aesthetic. That challenges traditional tropes. Yay. That's what I want to hear. When I hear Spawn movie, I want to hear it needs to be gory, it needs to be bloody, and it needs to be funny as fuck.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah. I know you're a big Spawn fan.
Deadpool 3. Yeah, I got Spawn 1 somewhere. Yeah, in one of these. Deadpool 3 director responds to Taylor Swift cameo rumors following the X-Men fan stuff, and that she was hanging out with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. His statement is, I'm going across the board. No comment, because that's a double whammy. That's not only Taylor Swift related, but that's also MCU related. And I'm no dummy. You're gonna have to wait and see. There you go. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Diablo Cody's Lisa Frankenstein unleashes first look trailer and will be finding life in theaters early 2024. Lisa Frankenstein's is a brand new comedy horror film directed by Zelda Williams and written by Diablo Cody, who will be released in theaters February 9th, 2024. The film will tell the story of a misunderstood teenager and her high school crush, who is a handsome corpse, as they go on a murderous journey to find love, happiness, and missing body parts.
You guys remember who Diablo Cody is? Short Juno, young adult.
Yep.
She was also Jennifer's Body. That's like a cult classic now. And Tully, remember Tully? But yeah, she did all those movies. So yeah, here we are back up with this.
Why negotiations are going between the actors and studios? Disney wants to say, hey, fuck you, we don't care. Disney is getting slammed now for using AI generated background actors amid this strike.
Well, David Iger's the Antichrist, so like, you know, we expect more. Bob Iger, man, that guy's we don't like that guy. Yeah.
Miramax has reported they are going to be doing a TV series with Halloween as soon as all the rights are 100% cleared.
With the Halloween TV, didn't they already have that?
Yeah, but it was more of like a.
It
wasn't really.
I know they had a Friday the 13th series, right? Or a Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Right.
Okay, and then others are okay.
The Nightmare on Elm Street series was weird. It was just weird.
You know what? Did you watch the Friday the 13th movie on Friday the 13th last? Or were you at WrestleMania for that? What was Friday for you?
What?
What did you do on Friday 13th?
I went to the front row of SmackDown, and then I went to go see the greatest pro wrestler of all time.
Okay.
Lunchador.
Okay.
Wrestle.
I forgot
right
about
after.
That. I watched Friday the 13th Part 4 at my house.
Nice. I got drunk on tequila watching Lucha Libre.
Did you throw up?
Lucha Libre.
Did you throw up?
No.
Because you told me that
I'm getting better.
Okay, you told me tequila.
Yeah. Usually. I'm getting better at it.
Okay.
All right. Rick and Morty, the movie, is now on the works. Dan Harmon had a production discussion with Warner Brothers about the development, and they think it's time to get the ball rolling. Harmon envisions the movie as just a 90-minute super episode, allowing for fancy animation and crazy sequences.
Cool. Yeah.
As of next week, was it next week? Nope. As of the middle of an early 2024, Blu-rays and DVDs will no longer be sold at any Best Buy store.
Well, Best Buy's just taking this out. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want, I guess.
That's the end of those. The Nun 2 quietly hit a box office milestone.
What is it?
The Nun 2 has quietly crossed $250 million at the box office, becoming a commercial success despite a lukewarm domestic opening.
Okay. I mean, we saw it. You and I, we saw that.
Yeah, but it'll keep the ball rolling in all the other Conjuring movies.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's this one say? No, I don't want that one. Don't care about that one. This one's interesting. The lost X-Wing that they used to shoot Star Wars 1977 was founded this past week and put up for auction. You want to take a guess on how much the original X-Wing went for?
Fuck. $2 million?
$3.135 million.
And it can't be in that great of shape.
More than a third of the movie's actual budget.
Wow, that's cool, right? I mean, how big is that thing?
Phyllis Coates.
Yeah,
Phyllis Coates, the first actress to ever play Lois Lane, passed away this week at the age of 96 years old. She was in B movies and also So You Want. She was in many movies. You can look up her stuff, but the most famous Superman and the Mole Man TV series. She was the first to ever play Lois Lane. Go look her up. Especially the old George Reeves, Clark Kent stuff. Man, that stuff was like, if you can't tell, he's Superman right next to it. And last not least, let's talk about another funeral that we all knew was coming. A24 wants to create action and big IP projects after losing millions and millions of dollars on movies like Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid.
Yeah, that's what I said. Beau is Afraid. Which is A24, known for its independent, unconventional films, is planning to invest in action and big IP projects to recover from its recent financial losses. The production company's past films include horror and dramas, have been critically acclaimed, but haven't always performed well at the box office. A24 has a lineup upcoming films, including Sophia Coppola's Priscilla, which that will probably do pretty well.
Yeah.
One movie I'm looking more forward to than any movie in the future coming out. The Iron Claw.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
those two. That movie is really highly anticipated. But to the death of A24, thank you for giving us so many good movies for such a long time. I'm sorry that you had to go big time. Just like Orion, New Line Cinema, all the great studios that gave us great stuff back in the day that are no longer in existence.
It's a bit sad they're gonna be doing that sort of thing. I mean,
yeah,
even though some of your movies are IP, all those Marvel movies are IP. You know, you know those.
Yep, that's exactly what I sing. And the thing is, as long as they do it smart, though, they can still do weird shit.
Yeah, I hope they do. We'll see.
I hope they do too. But that's the news. Let's get to the last movie.
Oh, wrong one. There we go.
That was the movies that don't suck and some of the news. I read stuff to Chris because he's illiterate because he was beaten hard as a child.
All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the.
All right. Yeah, I guess it was.
I was beating a child. The parents didn't believe me touching each other. Well, anyway.
Yeah, it had to do with your brother, I'm guessing.
No. Exorcist Believer, directed by David Gordon Green. You guys remember David Gordon Green directed Pineapple Express. He also directed those 3 Halloween movies. Some so good, some not so good. This is written by Peter Sadler, David Gordon Green, Scott Teams. This stars We'll start with Leslie Odom Jr. in this one. He plays Victor Fielding.
Oh, well, I just really try and observe what's going on around me.
Also, Ellen Burstyn as Chris McNeil.
You show me Reagan's double.
Also, Jennifer Nettles as Miranda.
Mama told me not to, I did anyway, misbehaving.
Yeah, this also stars Olivia O'Neill as Catherine, Ann Dowd as Anne, Lydia Jewett as Angela, Norbert Leo Butts as Tony, Raffles Surridge as Pastor, Ben, Lisa Johnston, I don't want to say who that was, and Danny McCarthy's in this too, as he plays Stuart. And of course, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and Tracy Graves is Serene Fielding. Why don't you read the story on for this one?
When single father Victor Fielding's daughter Angela and her friend Catherine show signs of.
Sorry.
I had it.
Right.
Why did you jump in?
Okay, you started with really good.
No, you son of a bitch.
1, 2, 3.
When single father Victor Fielding's daughter Angela and her friend Catherine show signs of demonic possession, it unleashes a chain of events that forces him to confront the nature of evil. Terrified and desperate, he seeks out Chris McNeil, the only person alive who's witnessed anything like it before.
So this movie.
First, let me explain the singing Jennifer Nettles.
Okay.
If you don't know, she is one of the lead singers of Sugarland, one of the most famous country pop bands of all time. So you either got Righteous Gemstones or Sugarland.
Okay.
So thank you very much for that.
Okay, this movie is toothless.
Garbage.
Toothless.
This movie is garbage.
Toothless and unnecessary. That's why.
Yeah, I get that you're going to make a trilogy.
It needs to. By the way, they're contractually obligated to make a trilogy. They can't not make those two other movies.
Yeah, it has to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
Even this movie falls flat like it did.
Yeah.
Like it hasn't even been in the top 3 in the last 3 weekends.
And I'm not surprised. Like when you make a movie, so this is it was sort of billed as like the return of Exorcist, right? Like everyone's like, fuck yeah, Exorcist. And I was excited, you were excited. But then when I saw who was directing it, I was a bit worried. Because what happens is that the first Exorcist is kind of subversive and transgressive. It's got these things to say. But this movie has nothing to say. You know? It's just...
No, and it's not just it doesn't have anything to say. It's the fact that there is just so much time, in between giving a fuck to where you don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
And it just took so long stretching that out. It just was just taking so much time. And yeah, of course we know the exorcism is the biggest part, but if you go to the original Exorcist, the whole movie is the girl transforming.
It's scary, man. The first one's terrifying.
Yeah.
This one, and you spend half the movie.
At no time was I scared.
Oh, this movie's not scary
or even upset about anything.
No, there's nothing scary about it.
Not one time did I hear someone is sucking dicks in hell. Yeah. Not one time, because that's the thing about the original Exorcist too, is that it upset people.
Yeah, and this one didn't.
And this movie, what are you doing? You're doing exactly what happened in the last 9 different exorcism movies.
Yeah, there's nothing new. There's nothing new about it. And the thing is, I guess what they thought is well, 2 possessed girls is better than 1. No, not at all. 2 possessed girls. It was weird that it got dull. You know, there are parts that are dull, and there's parts that I'm I don't give a fuck about this. A lot of stuff I don't give a fuck about. And that was the problem. And so. And I'm sure you had this as one of the facts about what William Friedkin said about this movie.
What's that?
Did you have that on the trivia? What William Friedkin said about this movie, the guy who did the original Exorcist?
No, I was trying to be nice.
I'm gonna read what William
Friedkin. I don't put I don't put negative stuff.
Okay,
in my
I'll read
facts,
it out.
Bro. I don't.
So on William Friedkin's passing, writer and film critic Ed Whitfield post on his X and Facebook said, Weird Freakin once said to me, Ed, the guy who made these new Halloween sequels is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express. I don't want to be around when that happens. If there's a spirit world, and I can come back, I plan to possess David Gordon Green, make his life a living hell. Which is a crotchety old man thing to say, but William Friedkin made this movie 50 years ago, and Exorcist, the original, is a damn near perfect movie, and this one is far from it.
Yeah. This is what we call a cash grab.
Yeah. A $400 million cash grab, because it cost Blumhouse $400 million to buy the rights for this from Universal.
Well, I mean, that means that they got two other movies that they're got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they learn from the mistakes and make better two movies. You know?
Yeah, like literally, it has to look. There are scenes in this movie that were cool.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is what's I got behind us right now, where the body in the blood, little girl in the church.
Yeah.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
All right.
It made a successful movie.
There were good scenes in this movie where I'm like, okay, this is getting going now. Like this part right here, I really thought with the blood and the blood in the body and the blood, whatever scene,
spooky.
I thought, here we go. Here's the wheels are off. Here we go. We gonna get some shit. All right. One, it's kind of like a superhero movie when you put too many villains or too many new characters introduction.
This has entirely too many people in this movie. Entirely too many people.
Like, not everybody's gonna knock it out of the park. Like, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy, you got, because it went slow enough that you didn't have to know everybody's like super background. You're just in love with the characters and you went with it.
Yeah, you basically knew the Guardians and everyone was in the internet.
But nobody knew the Guardians before that movie. Nobody
did.
did.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. This is what I'm trying to say. Is like they built those characters enough with enough character, enough background information, just enough that you're like, you know what? I'm interested. Let's go on this. And that's why that thing made $1 billion. This movie does not build its characters enough for you to give a fuck. By the time it's at the point where you need to give a fuck about the people that are getting possessed or people that are getting into it or whatever, you don't care. It got to the point where I'm sitting there and Chris, this is number one, how I can tell that I'm interested in a movie is how many times that I look at my phone. I was the only motherfucker in the IMAX. It was just me, myself, and I.
Me, same here. I was the only person there. Like I went there.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was there at like 6:30, and it was Tuesday, and usually there's at least 2 or 3. I was the only motherfucker in the theater.
Yeah, and I went on a Tuesday, which Tuesday is literally the
like half
free, half price day. Nobody else in there, nobody there, and I'm sitting there. And I start playing my Marvel game that I have on my phone because, like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it has a good story, but it did not give me enough to make it interesting. And you got to cross a line or two. You got to piss some people off.
You got to make something subversive. Like I said, it's Toothless. There's nothing subversive about this. We've seen this shit before.
Yeah, I think I did too. I think I saw just what was it? The Pope's Exorcist.
Yeah, we like that movie.
Well, that was a better movie than this one.
I wonder. It makes
The Nun 2 was a better movie.
It makes you wonder
if
they were to take off the legendary title for The Exorcist and just make a possession movie. It'd still get a shrug from me, but I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah,
but like
this seriously would not like. I think the only thing that did help it was that you had the classic people in here. But I mean, if you even go, and I know you just read that one part, but I mean,
yeah.
Here it is. I was looking for it. Ellen Burstyn had turned down reprising her role and was then offered double the salary. And Princess thought, I feel like the devil is asking my price. She eventually accepted it and using the salary to fund an MFA scholarship for actors at Pace University, where the Actors Studio is. Now this is a thing because not only did she do that, but she even made it very clear that she was only doing this for a paycheck. She was not happy about any of the artistic stylings of it. And this is when they really should have known they fucked up. You know when they known? Right here. Due to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert film coming out on October 13th, The Exorcist was forced to come out on the 6th.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, when you hear Taylor Swift in The Throne, which is supposed to be the biggest horror film of the year, that's when you know.
This isn't even the top 10.
No, this wasn't
even the top 20.
This is pretty.
I saw shit at fucking Panic Fest that people did on a goddamn iPhone that made me happier than this movie.
Well, of course, man. Like, this movie's shit, and I'm sorry, guys. This movie's is something to do.
This is one of them that sucks. This is why I took so long on the news segment, because I was like, you know what? I know I'm just gonna tear this fucker down when we get to it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I love the original Extras. I even like Extras 2, 3. I even like Domino. I'm not even opposed to that one. It's a little weird. It's a little fucking weird, but I still like it. But man, there's nothing like that right there. That image right there, Chris,
Perfect.
right behind us.
So
that is one of the most iconic images in horror history, period. If you go to someone's house and they have that, it doesn't have to say The Exorcist underneath. It just has that black and white photo in a frame. You know exactly what that image is.
And so, the weird thing is, you see that David Gordon Green made it, like, and people were probably somewhat excited for it because he made the first Halloween that was good in years, but then he made 2 other ones that weren't so good. And so when I heard he's making the Exorcist ones, I'm like, oh no, for when he took the essence of Exorcist, which shouldn't have a sequel like this in the first place, but he took it and he made it all based on stuff that made the original one so good. The original was so good because of, like I said, the toothless. This one's toothless. It doesn't have the subversive. It has anything to say. And for some reason, David Gordon Green gone down the stuff that was the opposite things of what he should have done, and it's just I don't know.
And to be 100% honest, man, just like Linda Blair in this photo behind us now, I would puke all over this bitch. Like literally, like, I did not. This is one of those that I'm just not happy about. I don't mind if you use names to get some money. I don't mind if it's Freddy versus Jason. As stupid as that sounds, guess what? Great fucking film. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh. It made me, it wasn't like, it was just, here's the 2 guys that are fighting and we get why, but whatever. Let's read some quotes and get the fuck off of this one. Excuse me, miss. I will show you something special. Oh, enjoy the taste of your poor defenseless animal. Light a candle, open your mind. Just repeat what it says to you. A kid like that don't mind their mama. We're your neighbors and just want to be there for you if you need us. How long do you think you were gone for? A few hours? You've been gone 3 days. What'd you say? I heard you say something. I didn't say anything, I swear. The body and the blood. The body and the blood. You religious people are the same. Something bad happens, it's the devil. Something good happens, it's God. I think the real question is, the people I visit, is their suffering real? Skepticism will only get you so far till you need real answers. There are a lot of evils in this world, not all supernatural. You don't know what happened to her. We do. Oh, you don't know what happened to her. Yes, we do. She's burning in hell. You got to bring everyone together. That will make this work. There's so many lines like once we start, we ain't stopping.
Like, what
you
the
know,
fuck?
like they're
Yeah,
so
what-
dumb. God played a trick on you. What about me, mommy, and daddy? I don't care. We're done. Yeah. I mean, the more I think of it, Chris, give me your number first because I gave you mine last.
2.3, maybe.
2.0.
Dude,
I'm gonna go 2.0.
this one upset you. This one upset you.
This one was just like, what the fuck did you guys do? Like, I get that you're trying to make money off of the Exorcist name, but come on. Like, you know, there's some times you just need to let the pea soup rest. And the pea soup vomit rest. And not do, let's see. I know you're going to do two more. We still got the next one's, what's the next one? This one's Believer. The next one is Deceiver. And that's April 18th of 2025. Also done by David Gordon Green.
Yeah, of course.
Look, bro, Jason Blum, you got it. He's the one in charge of this, right? He's the producer of this.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Blum, if you ever hear my podcast, you better fuck this shit up. I mean, make it bad. You can't make Exorcist like everybody gets to go see it, kind of PG, kind of
make it scary.
Right
Dude.
on this.
Make it fucked up.
Not only scary, you gotta piss people off.
Yeah.
That's what the original Exorcist did. It pissed people off. You know, when a little girl is sitting there saying, "Your mother sucks dicks in hell,"
Yeah.
you know, like,
yeah, we need that,
dude.
We fucking need that.
Yeah, we need that, and that's what. Okay, so we got to give the audience scores and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I'm on
Rotten
RottenTomatoes.com. What is the audience score for Exorcist Believer?
43.
59%.
Really? Higher than I thought.
Audience says, if you can resist the urge, compared it to the classic film that started the franchise, Exorcist Believer is a halfway decent possession thriller. Not even then. Not even then. What is the critic score for this one?
38.
22%. Critics' consensus is.
I'm on board with the critics for once.
The Exorcist Believer earns points for trying to take the franchise back to its terrifying roots, but a lack of new ideas and scares make this an inauspicious start to a planned new trilogy. I'm going to read a good review and a bad review. And believe me, I'll tell you, man, even the good review, this is pretty bad, honestly. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I'm sorry. I had it pulled up. So this is from Alyssa Wilkinson at Vox. She says, as a film, it's at best serviceable, stronger than the world building than its climactic exorcism, but nowhere near as unnerving as the original. Which, yeah. And this is from Richard Roper. You know Richard Roper. The build up to the dual exorcism is so terrible it's almost funny. So yeah, this movie sucks. It's a movie that sucks, and I didn't think it'd suck as bad as it did. I didn't know if it'd be good, but I was surprised by how terrible this movie is. So
this movie was not good. Don't watch it. Please don't watch this. Please don't waste your time. If anything, go rewatch Exorcist or watch Exorcist 2.
Yeah.
Go watch the even though that one wasn't the best either.
It's better than this. It's better than this.
Yeah.
If you guys go see this, there's a cameo.
I mean, this was just bad.
Yeah. There's no. And if you guys go see this, don't worry. There's no post credit scene, so you don't stick around for that. But yeah.
There's nothing to wait around, so please don't wait around at all.
So that's what this is. All right, man. Do we know what we're doing?
Yeah, let's be done.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what we're doing next
week?
Week?
We're good for the episode.
Okay. Do you know what
next week we're going to be doing Pet Cemetery. We'll go ahead and do Pet Cemetery. Bloodlines. We'll get over that.
And something else.
Yep. And I think there's something at the theater.
I mean, Killer's the Fireman, but again, you said you don't have time to watch that.
What's that?
Killer's the Fireman's out, but you said you don't have time to watch that.
Yeah, but we're not doing that this month. Okay. We already stated this. We are
all
doing horror movies this month.
All right, fine.
Anyway, if anything, you know what? Since we're doing quickly and we're going to be here on Tuesday, guys. We're not going to be here on Wednesday.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
let's just do 2 streaming if we can't find one.
Okay.
And I already got the second streaming movie. It's called Totally Kills.
Okay.
It's on Prime.
Okay.
It's one of my good buddies, Totally Killer, made me watch the first half of it at his house.
Okay.
The other day after pro wrestling.
Okay, we'll do it. We got next week is Pet Cemetery, Paramount Plus. Pet Cemetery
and Totally Killer off of Prime.
Okay. I guess
if we don't find something at the theater, that is just good. Because guess what, guys? We're not going to go see Taylor Swift airs. I love that you guys want to go see Taylor Swift. All power to you. No.
To some people, that might be a horror film. You don't know, like
yeah, some people that might be a horror film. Not me. I enjoy the Taylor. I enjoy a little Swiftie every now and then.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna shake this off and move on. All right.
You guys can find us on movies.net. We're w2mnet.com. It's W2M as in moviesnet.com. Find us there along with a bunch of the podcasts. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/movies on silk podcast. We're on Twitter at DS Podcast. I'm sorry, X DS Podcast. We're at Instagram at DS Podcast. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/movies don't suck. We're on bonfire.com. Search movies don't suck. You'll find shirts like this one, the one Neil's wearing, and other stuff that Neil's made. We're also, if you're watching us on YouTube and subscribe, watch us on Facebook the page. If you're listening to us on an app that you listen to podcasts on, go and subscribe. So whenever this upload, we'll be waiting for you when you wake up in the morning. And I think that's it. Neil, what would you do for small business?
You got a small business, let us know. Give us a moment. Just throw us over a little information, and we'll be more happy to promote you right here to our thousands of followers, our millions of listeners right here at Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do.
Are you good, man?
Ready? Let's get out of here. That's another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, guys, no matter how hard you look in the closet and see the boogeyman staring back at you, nothing could be as scary as how bad Exorcist Believer was. Have a good night.